In today's daily mobility flow video, we're gonna really focus on brushing and flossing our shoulders. So we're really gonna focus on shoulder stability using some advanced moves of developmental kinesiology. So before I go any further, here's what we're gonna do in this video. We're gonna go over what this is, why we're doing it. I'm gonna take you through each step by step, so you know you're doing it right, because it's very crucial we're doing it correctly. And then we'll do it together at the end in a full flow. I'm Dr. RJ Burr of Reach Rehab and Chiropractic. We're a chiropractic and rehab clinic in Plymouth, Michigan. We also make helpful videos like this. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe and the bell for notifications when we release new content. All right, so very quickly, we're working on shoulder stability here, but in full body motion. So first, what is this? We're using what's called developmental kinesiology, or DNS, dynamic neuromuscular stabilization. It's a word vomit for meaning development, how we learn how to move in the first year of life. When we're babies, adults don't teach babies how to move. If you haven't had kids like myself, we don't teach them. It just happens. It's ingrained in our neurology. And then through trial and error of learning and failing, kids learn how to move. And that's how we eventually get on 2 feet and start walking. So what's kind of cool is that as adults, when we have some issues or dysfunction or imbalances, we can sort of hone in our neurology and retrain function. So we're doing that specifically today with the shoulder. So we're gonna be doing some baby-like positions to retrain shoulder stability and function. Okay, so that's kind of the why. And what's cool about it too is that even though it's kind of sounds technical, we don't have to get all nitty gritty into like what muscles are working, what's not. Are we strengthening this and doing that? Because really, it doesn't matter. What we're working on is movement. The brain thinks of movement not in terms of individual muscles like rotator cuff or shoulder stabilizer or infraspinatus, supraspinatus, or serratus anterior, all those fancy word vomit anatomy terms. The body thinks of, I want that, I'm gonna do motion to get that any way I can. However, we wanna do it as naturally and as efficient as possible. And so that's how we can use DNS to help us retrain function. It can help you strengthen, stabilize, improve your ability, and it's way more effective than just doing rotator cuff exercises, like this with a band, right? And so we integrate the full body because the shoulder doesn't work in isolation, it works in a chain. When you walk or when you do anything, nothing works in isolation, it works together. So we wanna train it that way. I will say before we start, this is advanced, so if you can't do this, do what you can, or this is just you're not ready for this video, and that's totally fine. Okay, so first I'm gonna go through the positions for you, and then we'll break it down. So we're gonna start on our back, and we're gonna go into what's called the 3-month or 5-month supine position. It's like 90 degrees at the hips, knees, and ankles. And we're gonna hold this position here. We're gonna go to the left first. So what I'm gonna do is bring my arm, bend the elbow 90 degrees, and then arm out to my side. I'm gonna roll as one unit over to my left. Top leg comes up, bottom leg down. And then this is a 5.5-month position. I'm gonna come up into an arm bar like this in the 7th-month position. And then I press my hand down, elbow up into a high oblique sit, which is an 8-month position. Back down to the low oblique sit, and then down to the sideline position. And then the last part, I'm gonna use my shoulder to push myself back into the 3-month position, and then we do the other side. Okay, now to break it down, there's a lot of little details to this, and it is challenging when we do it correctly, okay? So let's go through 3-month first. All right, so first and foremost, legs up like before, back has to stay flat, rib cage and pelvis connected. We need to breathe in our abdomen. I'm not gonna go through breathing and its importance. We have a lot of videos on that. I'll put a little link up here, or one of those things that pop up, about breathing and stability. We have to be able to be connected and breathe through it, called the Core ABCs. We also have a phenomenal course on it, which I'll link in the description. Highly recommend that. So now that we're in this good position here, our core is on, we're connected. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bend that elbow and the arm out to the side, okay? So now when we rotate to the left, what I wanna do is make sure we're not throwing the legs first or the arm first where the legs are behind. So I'm gonna go on a little bit of an angle so you can see. We don't wanna throw the legs here first or the arm first. Nose, sternum, belt buckle need to stay connected as one unit when we rotate. So if you watch me here, I'm gonna rotate as one unit. And what stops me from rolling all the way forward like this my shoulders, right? So we're using now shoulder or control here. We're really training it just in that movement. So I'm gonna roll, 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 roll. My elbow and shoulder is working to stop me from rolling over. Just this alone is hard. Good, and come back. Whew. Once you have that feeling of that rotation and back, now we can split the legs like this. Why do we do that? It's just developmental, opposite arm, opposite leg, like you're running. Okay, now that we have that, let's bring it back. Good, we're gonna roll, scissor the legs, push the elbow down to propel yourself back. A lot of times people will make the mistake of arching their back here like this when they come back. You gotta keep that sucker flat so we're connected in the rib cage and pelvis. Okay, so we'll do it a couple more times, get that feel. If you're already struggling with this, you might not be ready for this, and that's okay. All right, now that we have this 5.5 month position, this next one's pretty tough too. We're gonna go up into a low oblique sit or a 7-month position. So from here, I want you to think about, we're not just lying flat like this. I want you to think about creating a space underneath your rib cage and the floor. So right here, I get my hand underneath. Here, I can't. So lift the rib cage up. That naturally activates your shoulder without having to think about the technical terms of what muscles to use. So we slide underneath, I'm good there. Okay, now what we're doing is we're rolling forward and rolling back. Okay, rolling forward, rolling back using the left shoulder. And already this is challenging. We're not whipping this or using the leg. We're using the left shoulder here. And then now, as I roll forward, my body weight is gonna shift weight into my elbow from my shoulder. I'm pushing my elbow down to lift myself up and smash, oh my gosh, smash the, what is this called, a mat, right here, okay? Now coming back, I'm gonna make sure I maintain my shoulder away from my ear, right? We don't want to do this. This is unstable. We wanna pack that shoulder here, nice and straight through here, not like a sexy beach pose position here, right? Like this, okay? And now we're gonna go back down. So to do that, I'm gonna slowly drop my shoulder back and bring the hand back into this 90-degree bent elbow position, okay? Roll back, weights on my shoulder, roll forward, pressure into the elbow, push it down, keep the shoulder down, smash the mat, and then slowly come back, right? Make sure when you come up, your shoulder's not in your ear, you're not slouched through here. This is sloppy, right? We want that space here. Keep the shoulder away from your ear, roll into the elbow, smash the ground. Good. Whew. That's challenging, okay? The next step, not as bad, but when you start doing a flow of this, it gets pretty tiring. So next, I'm gonna keep my hand flat. A lot of times the hand will open up like this, hand completely flat. I'm gonna push the mat away from me and straighten the elbow, still keeping good shoulder position, not here, right? Keep that shoulder away from the ear. Bring the elbow back down. Okay, so all this is elbow up and elbow down. Elbow up, elbow down. See how this is just moving? Nothing else here. I'm just stabilizing with my shoulder. Rotator cuff is on, shoulder stabilizing muscles are on, all the 17 muscles that attach the shoulder blade are on, and we're strengthening and stabilizing right now. This is probably one of the best ways to strengthen a shoulder without using weights. And if anything, this is a prerequisite to lifting any heavy weights. Okay? Good, now that we have that, we're gonna go back down. All right, side lying, and then I bring back to the 3-month position. Perfect, good. And then from the other side, it's the same exact thing, but I'll show you what it looks like. We're gonna do it as one little flow. So I'm gonna go up, arms up. This arm's gonna bend here. I'm gonna roll one unit to my side, scissor the legs, make sure there's a space underneath here, right, not flat. Okay, I'm gonna roll forward into my elbow. I'm gonna come on up, smash the mat, and then push away. Good, come back down, down, push myself back this way. Good. So you can see it from here. We'll start here. It looks like this. Here, roll, up, here, down, and back. Good. Switch sides. Smash, up, down, down, push myself back and start. All right, now that we've got the groove, let's just flow it together. Let's go 3 times each side. All right, follow along with me. All right, there you have it. Shoulder stability, daily mobility drill. If you did it right, you're probably as tired as I am. If you're working on your shoulder function stability, do this every day, 3 times each side is just enough every day. But you know, a couple sets a day would be great if you're really trying to maximize improving your shoulder function. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, hit the bell, and leave us some comments below too, because we're doing more of these mobility type videos per request. And I really want to know what you want to see. And this is just more of a guess, like, hey, came up with a patient, shoulder stability, let's do it. So comment below, let us know what type of daily mobility drills you would like to see next. Thanks.